We just wanna grow up.
We just wanna grow up.
Easier to throw rocks in the Bell homes. Like him without hope, going throw the first stone. Breaking bones is easy, the work is to heal wounds. Here to heal the earth, I know you feel it too. Used to think we're doomed, dim flame in the darkness. How can man survive all the hardships? More of a work, more of a see the light. So many people work hard to make a sacrifice.
Hey, I'm Jeff Straw here at Pyramind with another episode of The Breakdown. Today we've got RZN8R.
Thanks for having me.
Derek Buckwalter. You're welcome, man. Thanks for coming in. We had Derek perform this track with Cosmo, your MC, downstairs in Studio A, which was super fun. And,
it was.
I should mention the name of the track is Sterling Castille, which is a bit of a politically charged thing. I don't know how much we'll get into that with his lyrics, but every single sound in this track is made by a human voice.
Yes.
That's pretty unique.
Everything is made by a human voice. That's why I want to do this track.
Right.
The whole idea is I want the piece to be somewhat political.
Mm-hmm.
It's very political. I want the piece to be political, and I thought that it would have more of an effect if people are crying out for this change and it's only them doing it. It's not them speaking through an instrument, it's them just speaking through themselves. So I thought that that would be the main interpretation of this track, that people were just talking about what they wanted. People were just speaking for themselves. People are speaking out. That's the whole idea behind this track. I like to have a lot of organic sounds in my songs. I like the songs to have a source. Synthesizers are dope. I love using synthesizers, but I feel like there's something unique, something awesome about using an organic source for your sound. It gives it more of the ground. It gives it more of like, this is coming from something rather than this is existing completely in the mental capacities of us. This has a ground in the natural, in the real world.
Let's click play on the track for just a minute. Maybe not right at the very beginning, but get into where the beat drops. And we'll maybe where his vocal starts.
Easier to throw rocks in the Bell homes. Like him without hope, going throw the first stone. Breaking bones is easy, the work is to heal wounds. Here to heal the earth, I know you feel it too. Used to think we're doomed, dim flame in the darkness. How can man survive all the hardships? More of a look, more of a see the light. So many people work hard to make a sacrifice. I see organizations and non-profits, organs composite, make a new body, work it. Cause there is no option, no metal, no money, just love and a conscience. Once told by an old man that clenched fists can't hold hands. If it ain't open, how you hoping to get that golden fruit that been growing? Oh damn, recognition ain't a mission, we go into fusion from...
Okay, so like that bass just... It hits, right? It sounds like a synth bass patch, especially that's when you first told me that these are all vocal samples. I was like, well, he must just mean like not everything.
No, it's everything.
So let's go to the bass first.
Totally.
I really think that's one of the
Drop the bass.
key elements.
Totally.
And you said this was a vocalist that you knew a long time ago, right?
Not that long ago. So I went to USF and I was in the a cappella group there, and the guy who sang bass could sing ridiculously low.
Nice.
So I wanted to be able to sample him even after I graduated. So I was like, yo, Adam, sing me a note. And he was like, no. So then that's the vocal completely unprocessed. It's like a no. And
that sounds like a dude. That would not make a very cool bass sound.
Kind of like the
In
more
and of
hip hop.
itself, right?
Like the.
That doesn't
But yeah.
sound very hip hop either.
No, it doesn't. But this.
Thank goodness for processing.
That's
right?
like.
So step me through what you did kind of bit by bit here to give it that kind of rumble.
So what I did is I added some more lows into the bass, just kind of boosted the lows with this EQ.
Right around what is that? Around 80, 90?
Yeah,
like
80, 90.
Okay.
And then I added this TDR Slick EQ.
Okay.
So do you want me to turn that on?
Sure,
or?
yeah, go for it.
So
and then
that...
maybe play like as we step through stuff. Okay.
So I added more gain onto the lows, around 78 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
Then onto the mids, I reduced the gain. Then I reduced the gain in the highs because I just wanted the lows to be like, oh, I'm a sub.
Right.
So then added this low extender, which just kind of does what it says. It extends the lows of the sound. And then I added the Native Instruments driver, which I think is a pretty awesome effect. It comes with complete, just added some distortion, added some coloration. Huge gain stage. So then now you're starting to hear the bass.
And it's got some richness to it with that little bit of distortion.
Yeah, with the coloration.
Mm-hmm.
And then I added your normal sidechain. And then just to give it a little more coloration to the sound, I added this effect rack. So what the effect rack is doing is it's putting some chorusing on it to give it just more body to it, but it's parallel processing it. So now we have no, and without the chorus, no. That's how you get a bass sound from a human voice.
So play the sequence just with that track soloed. So I think the next thing pretty clearly we can talk about is Evan, right?
Yeah.
Those little because those are pretty unique, and it's obviously a vocal when you hear it like that, but all of the percussion elements are also beatbox samples, right?
Yeah, so
we'll give him a shout out.
One of the other students here, Evan Mooney, so he has his sample rack on the Pure server. The Pure server is this shared drive where if you're a student here, you can grab a lot of samples from them, and it just makes your production doper. It just gives you more resources to do your thing.
Yeah, we've got some of our other partner. It's not all just student-generated stuff, but we have partners that give us sample packs that these guys all get access to, which is cool.
So I have the kit that I just put onto the drum rack. That's his kick, which I didn't use. Added some delay, as you can hear, the ping pong delay. And
there it is.
So right there where we are, where are we in the session? So let's go here because oh yeah, the ping pong delay is off here. So the kick, breath, and then the wobble, which I use in the drop.
Let's dig into the last thing I want to talk about here is Cozmost take.
Totally.
Because I think that it's cool that like when we first heard the track, when you first sent it to me, you had a take down from him. We went and tracked you guys doing the performance, and he got so into it that he actually wanted to re-record his vocals. Right?
Yeah, he got. So we recorded the vocals at first. He got inspired by the track, and then I took the old take of his and the new take and layered them on top of each other.
Nice.
Yeah. So I used the new take more, and then I layered on top the old takes, but as you can see in the session, I
chopped them up.
Yeah, I chopped them up to get every hit on the hit.
Right.
Every hit
with
when
your
it
lead
hits.
vocal is a little more important, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a lot more important.
A lot more important. So it's
Yes, bereft of attention. Honorable acts get no honorable mention. Fathers raising little men and down to defend them, but no new show gon' show you that on camera 7. Only damage is present from what we get presented.
so it's processed totally like
What
a
did you
hip-hop
record
track.
him on, mic-wise?
So mic-wise, the first take was recorded on the 414. It's a AKG condenser mic. And then the second time we recorded it on the U87. And then my vocals are recorded on the 414 also. Because I recorded it around when the old take was recorded, so I wanted to get some of the same coloration from the mic. But the U87 is just awesome, so I needed to use it.
And what are you running through compressor-wise on the front end when you're tracking? Are you doing anything through our analog signal path, or are you just going straight through
it's straight digital. When a lot of the time when I record vocals, I like to have total control over them, so I can add in everything digitally. And I love the FabFilter stuff. I have the FabFilter stuff all over this track. It's the processing is modified from another hip-hop track I did, Space Cadet, and I took the processing and changed it to fit Cosmo's voice more. So
basically this was like you had not a template necessarily, but a good starting signal chain that you were happy with from an existing track, and instead of starting from scratch said, then this is a good base for me, right? Save you some time, save you workflow.
So Ableton, you can save an effects rack, put it into your user library, and then you can pick it out for later, like what I did here.
We encourage you guys to collaborate as much as you can here on campus.
Yeah.
While you guys are students and whatnot, which is, not that Evan came in and gave you and tracked this for you, but it's still a collaborative sense. But then Cosmo and you, how did you, he's a Bay Area guy.
Yeah.
How long have you been working with him?
So this is the first track we've made together.
Cool.
I wanted to give this track more juice. I wanted to give this track more oomph. I had played it out live a few times, and it had gotten a really good response from people, so I thought, hey, this really needs some vocals on it. So I hit him up over, I think, Facebook and sent him a bounce of the track. I think it was a private SoundCloud link. And I said, yo, Cosmo, let's do this track together. I really want your vocals because I really like the lyrical content that he has. It grooves, but it also has a message to it.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really respect about him. He goes by the name Cozmost, by the way. Not Cosmo, quite Cosmo, Cozmost. Cosmo is his middle name. And so I got him in, we recorded the track together, and then we performed it in Studio A.
Nice. So that was the first time you guys had really performed together?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't realize that when we asked you guys to do it. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Because then we saw as we shot it, I'm pointing here to Andrew who's manning the camera. So big shout out, Scanlon, what? We saw you guys kind of gel over the course of doing a bunch of takes, right? Like it got more and more, I don't know, feeling like you guys were in that pocket, right? And so that's kind of cool that we got to see the progression of like the early performing. So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about your web presence and your website. So I think you've got that already up.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, switch over and let's take a peek.
Switch over.
You had the horrible music business teacher that made you build this thing, right?
Oh, what a jerk.
So you were in my class.
Yes, I was.
In my music business class, and one of the things that we have you guys do through my courses is to build a website. And to be frank, not everybody really kills it. Some people kind of nickel and dime stuff together or don't ever kind of quite get to it. And then we have students here like yourself who like really excel and really push boundaries and do kind of even more than was asked, I guess I should say. And so I'm really happy with the way this turned out. You built this on Squarespace.
Yeah, so I already had a website, and it was through a music social networking site that has awesome potential, but it really wasn't flexible at all. So I had already had a website. I'm not going to throw them under the bus, but their interface is not as flexible as I needed mine to be. So your class was a perfect opportunity to create something that I thought that could really lend itself. So I took one all-nighter and I built this website. I learned how to use Squarespace that night.
That's awesome. I didn't realize that's what you did.
Yeah, that's sometimes all-nighters are what you gotta do.
That's a good deal. Let's look through the rest of the site then. So this is your anchor image here. You've got a link to your to a big listen button.
Yeah. So it's right at the drum pad. So listen by pressing the drum pads. That's kind of the idea.
Great placement. You've got it's a fairly typical sort of navigation. That's one of the things we talk about in class, though, is that how often, regardless of genre or stature, artist sites have very, very, very similar banks of information in them. And so you did a good job of just kind of covering the basics. So you've got a bio up, you've got a news link and some press that you've been fortunate enough to get.
Yeah, I've gotten a good amount of press. That was at South by Southwest that I played last year.
Cool.
This was from Noise Pop. That was from Noise Pop in 2015. Amber Gregory took these photos. You can see there, Amber Gregory. Mm-hmm. And then this photo is also from Noise Pop.
Day,
yeah.
So I'm Jeff Straw. Thanks again for joining us here on another episode of The Breakdown. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and obviously here on YouTube. So thanks so much. Signing off. See you next time.
Peace out.
If you're a music producer, subscribe to our channel and stay up to date on the latest Pyramind tutorial videos, track breakdowns, elite sessions, and more. Visit us at pyramind.com.